Arjun and the Labyrinth of Time. In Durgapur, tales of a mysterious labyrinth hidden deep within the ancient mountains have long intrigued the villagers. It was said that this labyrinth was not just a maze of stone and tunnels, but a gateway to different times, past, present, and future, guarded by the enigmatic keeper of time. When Arjun and his friends stumble upon an old manuscript that mentions the labyrinth, they decide to seek it out, unaware of the challenges and surprises that await them within its twisting corridors. It all began on a quiet afternoon in the village. Arjun, Tara, Hanum, and Nakul were at the local library, searching for new stories and adventures to explore. As they sifted through dusty old books and scrolls, Nakul found an ancient manuscript hidden in the back of a shelf. The manuscript was worn, its edges frayed, but the words written on it were still clear. "The Labyrinth of Time," Nakul read aloud, catching the attention of his friends. "What's that?" Hanum asked, peering over Nakul's shoulder. Tara's eyes sparkled with curiosity. "It sounds like another adventure waiting for us." As they read further, they learned that the Labyrinth of Time was hidden deep within the mountains near Durgapur. The manuscript spoke of a powerful artifact located at the heart of the labyrinth, a golden hourglass that could control the flow of time. However, the labyrinth was filled with dangers, traps, and puzzles that had to be solved in order to reach the artifact. Arjun, ever the leader, made up his mind. "We have to find this labyrinth and uncover its secrets. Who knows what we might learn about the past and future?" With that, the group packed their gear and set off for the mountains, their excitement growing with each step. The journey to the mountains was long, but the friends were determined. After several days of hiking through dense forests and steep trails, they finally reached the entrance of the labyrinth. The entrance was carved into the mountainside, marked by ancient symbols that glowed faintly in the light of the setting sun. "This must be it," Tara whispered, her voice filled with awe. The entrance was a large stone doorway, partially covered in moss and vines. As they approached, the door slowly creaked open, as if inviting them in. Without hesitation, the group stepped inside. The labyrinth was unlike anything they had ever seen. The walls were made of smooth stone, covered in intricate carvings and glowing runes. The air was cool and still, and a strange sense of timelessness hung in the air. "Stay close," Arjun said, leading the way. "We don't know what we'll find in here." As they ventured deeper into the labyrinth, they noticed that the corridors seemed to twist and turn in impossible ways. Some paths led them in circles, while others seemed to stretch on forever. The labyrinth was a maze in every sense of the word, and it was clear that it was designed to confuse and disorient anyone who entered. After what felt like hours of wandering, they reached a large chamber filled with sand. In the center of the chamber was a massive hourglass, its sand flowing steadily from the top to the bottom. As they approached, the hourglass began to glow, and the sand started to flow faster. Suddenly, the room began to shift, and the walls closed in on them. The floor beneath their feet started to sink, turning into quicksand. "We need to solve this, and fast!" Nakul shouted, struggling to stay on solid ground. Arjun's eyes darted around the room, looking for clues. "The hourglass. It controls time. Maybe we need to reverse it." Tara nodded, understanding. "But how do we reverse it?" Nakul quickly pulled out one of his gadgets, a small retractable rod. "We can use this to reach the top of the hourglass and flip it." With Hanum's help, Nakul extended the rod and managed to flip the hourglass over. As soon as they did, the sand in the room stopped flowing, and the floor solidified beneath them. The walls receded, and the chamber returned to its original state. The group let out a collective sigh of relief. "We did it," Hanum said, grinning. "But we need to stay sharp. This place is full of tricks." Arjun nodded. "Let's keep moving. We're getting closer." The second challenge, the Mirror of Memories. The next chamber they entered was filled with mirrors, hundreds of them, lining the walls from floor to ceiling. Each mirror reflected a different scene, showing images of Arjun and his friends at different ages and moments in their lives. Some mirrors showed their past, while others seemed to show the future. This is some happy, some sad, some filled with triumph, and others with loss. It's like these mirrors are showing us our memories, Nakul said, his voice tinged with amazement. But as they reached the center of the chamber, the reflections began to twist and warp, showing them dark and frightening images, visions of things that could happen if they made the wrong choices. We have to stay focused, Arjun said, trying to block out the disturbing images. These are just illusions. But the illusions were powerful, and the group felt the weight of their fears and doubts pressing down on them. Suddenly, a deep voice echoed through the chamber. To move forward, you must let go of the past and embrace the present. Arjun realized that the key to passing this challenge was to break free from the illusions. Everyone, close your eyes and focus on the present moment. We're here, together, and that's all that matters. One by one, they closed their eyes and focused on the reality around them, the cool stone beneath their feet, the sound of their breathing, and the warmth of each other's presence. As they did, the mirrors shattered and the illusions vanished. The way forward was revealed, a narrow passage leading deeper into the labyrinth. After passing through the mirror chamber, they finally reached the heart of the labyrinth, a grand hall filled with ancient artifacts and relics. In the center of the hall stood the golden hourglass, its sands glowing with a brilliant light, but they were not alone. Standing before the hourglass was the Keeper of Time, a tall, robed figure with an air of immense power. The Keeper's eyes glowed with the light of countless stars, and in their hand they held a staff topped with a gleaming crystal. "You have done well to reach this place," the Keeper said, their voice echoing through the hall. "But only one who understands the true nature of time may claim the hourglass." The group stood before the Keeper, unsure of what to do. The hourglass was within reach, but they knew that taking it would not be easy. Arjun stepped forward, his heart filled with determination. "We don't seek the hourglass for power. We seek it to understand and protect the flow of time." The Keeper nodded, as if expecting this answer. Time is a force that binds all things. It flows in one direction, but it can be influenced by those who understand its nature. To claim the hourglass, you must prove that you are worthy. With a wave of the Keeper's hand, the room began to change. The walls shifted, and the ground beneath them began to tremble. The group found themselves standing on a narrow bridge, suspended over an endless void. Below them, time itself seemed to swirl and churn, creating a dizzying vortex. "To claim the hourglass, you must cross the bridge," the Keeper said. "But beware, time is not as it seems." As they stepped onto the bridge, they felt time begin to warp around them. One moment, they were children again, their bodies small and fragile. The next, they were old and weary, their steps slow and unsteady. "This is confusing," Hanum said, struggling to keep his balance as his body shifted from one age to another. "We have to stay focused," Tara said, her voice calm and steady. "Remember who we are and keep moving forward." Arjun nodded, understanding. "Time may change us, but we are still the same inside. Let's cross this bridge together." With that, they began to move forward, supporting each other as they crossed the shifting bridge. They felt time pulling at them, trying to drag them back or push them forward, but they resisted, keeping their focus on the present moment. Finally, they reached the other side of the bridge, their hearts pounding with relief. The Keeper stood before them, a look of approval in their glowing eyes. "You have proven yourselves worthy," the Keeper said. "The hourglass is yours." As Arjun reached out to take the hourglass, he felt a surge of energy course through him. The hourglass was warm to the touch, and its sands seemed to flow with a life of their own. The Keeper smiled. "Remember, time is a gift, not a weapon. Use it wisely." With that, the Keeper vanished, leaving the group alone in the grand hall. They stood in silence for a moment, awed by what they had just experienced. The labyrinth had tested them in ways they had never imagined, but they had emerged stronger and wiser. "We did it," Nakul said, breaking the silence. "We really did it." Arjun nodded, holding the hourglass carefully. "Let's return to Durgapur. We have a lot to share with the village." The journey back to Durgapur was filled with excitement and anticipation. As they descended from the mountains, they talked about the challenges they had faced and the lessons they had learned. When they finally returned to the village, they were greeted with cheers and applause. The villagers had heard of their journey and were eager to hear their story. Arjun and his friends shared their adventure, describing the labyrinth, the challenges, and the keeper of time. The villagers listened in awe, their eyes wide with wonder. The king of Durgapur, impressed by their bravery and wisdom, decided to keep the hourglass in the royal treasury, where it would be safe and protected. As the sun set over the village, the group gathered at their favorite spot by the river, reflecting on their journey. "We've been through so much together," Tara said, smiling at her friends, "and we've learned that no matter what happens, we can face it together." Arjun nodded, feeling a deep sense of gratitude for his friends. Time may change things, but our friendship will always be strong. And with that, they watched the sunset, knowing that their next adventure was just around the corner. This story of Arjun and the Labyrinth of Time is a tale of courage, friendship, and the power of time itself. It's a fun, engaging, and thought-provoking adventure that will captivate young readers and leave them with valuable lessons about the importance of living in the present and cherishing the moments they share with their friends.
Arjun's got a heart of gold, fighting strong and breaking mold. When trouble comes his way, he saves the day. In his village, friends galore, with his courage they adore. Facing dangers all around, he stands his ground. Arjun, brave, fearless, and true, he'll protect both me and you. With his friends by his side, there's no place to hide.
Hey there! If you enjoyed this story and want to watch more exciting adventures, make sure to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to hit the bell icon to stay updated with all our latest videos. See you in the next one.